Oh, it feels good. That feels good. What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday, or as I like to call it, as always, new comic book day Eve. What's going on? 4 weeks, still got the hair, still got my books, still got the beard. I'm all good. I got all my teeth. I got my hand. I'm good. I'm good. So what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Newbieverse. Yes, it is true. I'm back. I'm back. My boys, BC, Rocksteady, they've been holding it down. Wait, no, they haven't, because they weren't doing shows for me. No one was. So yeah, that sucks. But what's going on, man? I got my amigos tonight with me. Let's bring them out. Mr. Rocksteady, Mr. Blakk Crown. What's going on?
Not much, man.
I didn't get the memo about the hats, by the way.
Oh, bro, come on, look.
Yeah.
We have a tag team thing going on. You got that in there.
I can't hear Greg. He's muted. He's muted.
He's totally muted.
He's totally muted. Yeah, I don't know about it right now. But what's going on, man? Welcome to Tuesday, man. I was just telling you guys just backstage. It felt good. Getting the desk set up and like doing everything. I missed this, man.
Bro,
so,
I saw you crack that Corona like you were still in vacation mode, though. So it was like,
dude, I'm still in vacation mode, man. It is. It's always vacation here.
He's back.
I couldn't hear a single thing as soon as we left backstage.
What?
I couldn't hear anything you were saying.
Oh, man.
You're blessed.
You were
blessed. My internet fixed too.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say, dude, what happened? But this is kind of weird because I was just about to say, like, hey, I hope your summer's been going good, because it's been a month since I've been on. The last show I did was the end of July, because I kind of took all of August off. And then the first week of September. And then this Sunday, I took it off because of football. I just wanted to relax and watch football. So now we're back.
Mm-hmm.
Back to normal. Yes. So, guys, what's changed? Just really quickly, 2 words or less. What's changed in the last month?
Football season. That's all that matters, man. This weekend is all that it was filled with. All I cared about was football. It was a great weekend.
And for me, it's the leaves. The leaves have changed.
The leaves
have changed. Oh man, they haven't changed. They haven't changed here yet. They haven't changed.
Greg, my pool started to go green. So yeah, same thing, dude. It's that time of year, bro.
Man, but it is nice to be hanging out, talking comics, and seeing people in the chat. Speaking of, let's go into the chat. I hope to get everybody back on. Talking and having them in the chat and stuff like that. I do miss seeing certain faces and certain people talking and just having those conversations. So hopefully people remember that I'm back. I don't know. We'll see. But let's say hello to the people in the chat. Mr. Dan Delatorre, he wanted the gold tonight, and I can tell you that is a fact, because at 7:52 he said gold. At 7:52 again he said gold, and then at 7:53 he said and more gold. So what is going on, Dan? How are you, sir? Gold medal.
He loves gold.
Dude. Mr. Michael Baker's in the house. He says bronze. I see him taking silver. Mr. Newbie Comics. Shoot, no. I still haven't gotten used to my burner account. I got to get my burner. I'm just kidding. I don't have a burner account. Newbie, you don't count. But Comic Kingpins is in the house. What's going on? They're taking home the bronze, actually. So I don't know how they're going to divide it. Bronze here. Neighbor, no. Comic Kingpins are taking the bronze.
No, give it to him. Give it to him. He gets it.
Give it to him.
Disqualified Kingpins.
I'm on the panel. It doesn't count.
Spectails is in the house. My guy Jake and Mr. Jesus. I feel like they don't remember me because I haven't been asked to be on their show in like a month and a half. So hey guys. But Spectails is saying, is this a new channel? I guess we'll stick around and see what it's about. Yes. What's going on, man? How you doing? I'm also pissed because I was supposed to have my Spectails shirt mailed to me, only to find out it has not even been mailed to me. So someone's got some explaining to do.
But I don't think they started kid sizes yet.
Okay, first of all, hold on a second. Mr. Small, okay, relax. Mr. Just Cruz, Mr. Don is in the house. What's going on? A Newbie Comics vacation is over. For now. We might take another vacation later. I don't know. But Don and me have been hanging out, going to some cons around here. Yes, cons. Lots of drama around them. But yeah, we went to Fan Expo in Toronto. We're going to be doing the Mississauga show in a few weeks, like 2-3 weeks. So yeah, it's going to be lots of fun, man. Bleeker the comic guy in Niagara. What is going on, sir? Welcome back, Mr. Keys, my guy. What is going on? It's been a while since I seen Keys rolling up in here. So
Yeah, there's my boy.
thank you for coming. But of course, he only cares about one thing. Where's BC? So I don't know if that's you or British Columbia. But
No,
British
it's
Columbia
totally-
is actually on the West Coast, Keys. So I don't know if you're studying for a geography test or not, but it's in the West Coast. So just letting you know. Coronas and flip flops, yes, sir. Fuck, I was wrong in the wrong. I was in the wrong show.
Yeah.
What's going on, Justin? Nemesis Prime I was gonna say 1/5, but that's Comic Kingpin's 1/2 of the Comic Con podcast. Mr. Patrick, She-Hulk is great, not good. Patrick, we're gonna get into it. I cannot wait to talk about this. Just simply because Justin had actually sent me a video, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, where I predicted prematurely that this show would be a 7.5/8 out of 10 when it was all said and done. So we're going to get into some ratings. We're going to get into what our expectations were. I don't necessarily know if there's going to be any spec to the show. I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about it, but I just figured, you know what? As a comeback show, let's just have some fun. Let's just talk about She-Hulk. It's been 4 episodes. It's been pretty good. So we will get to there. Mr. Brandon is in the house. Mr. Kenneth, BC, you're the love of my life. Leave your wife, marry me. Okay.
Wow.
Any day, baby. Any day.
Interesting.
Keep that in
Fun
private.
Comics, what is going on, sir? Mr. Automatic Comics, what is up? Ryan, what is going on, man? How you doing? Oh shit! Shots fired by BC. What shots did you fire?
I didn't shoot any. I don't know what anyone's talking about.
Because only taking that deal if you got a giant size man thing one.
Yeah.
Hot dog newbie came back from the Yukon territory. AOA, I missed you, man. I missed you. Chad's in the house. All right, well, let's get it going, guys. I really do want to talk She-Hulk, man. A lot has been said. A lot has been. A lot of people have been disappointed the last week and a half. Let's say.
No.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
It's split. I think it's split.
I don't know about split, man, but we'll see. We'll get into it. So, with that said, are you guys ready to talk She-Hulk?
Let's do it, baby.
Let's twerk it out.
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
See how relevant
pretty-
that was? See what I did?
Right.
I'm pretty sure if we painted Keys green, he could pull off She-Hulk.
Yeah, but he'd show up wearing a thong too. So be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for. I like to think that I've gotten better at making thumbnails. I think this one was really dope. But yeah, She-Hulk, attorney at law, expectations versus reality. Let's face it, guys. Before the show, we were expecting a bunch of cameos. We were I will say, before the show started, I was hearing Deadpool showing up, Daredevil, Kingpin, Echo, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Justin Hammer. Like, I was hearing a bunch of crazy things, and I'm like, how are all these people going to fit in? Now getting into the show, it's a little easier to kind of connect the dots as there's only 2 episodes left. And
No. I think there's 5 left.
we need 5 left.
It's 9 episodes long, dude.
When did this happen?
It happened out the gate.
Really? Are you
Yes,
sure?
sir. I'm
At
telling you.
least.
I'm
I know
telling
it's
you.
longer than the rest for sure.
Yeah.
That's what she said. Okay, 9. Okay, 9. I guess then this whole show is just going downhill. But
No, it's not.
all right, 9 episodes. That's interesting. So that's gonna bring us to what?
We have 5 left, and Daredevil still got to show up.
Daredevil shows up in 4.
We
Yeah.
That's what people have said.
That's the rumor.
Yeah. So we'll see. Well, let's get into it, guys, because I can't wait. Especially because I can't wait to compare She-Hulk to Moon Knight. Yes. So I hope those Moon Knight lovers are here. Justin, a core 9 according to Wikipedia, and they are never wrong. Actually, if you go to my Wikipedia page, it says that I'm 6'6". So just saying.
They took newbie submission.
All right, guys. Proud to say Back in Time Comics still sponsoring the show even after a month vacation. Go check out Mr. Brandon at BIT Back in Time Comics. Go check out all their stuff. They got lots of stuff going on Facebook, Instagram. They scratch the whole whatnot. He's doing it way better on Facebook and He's a CGC authorized dealer. So make sure if you're in that Brantford area to go in that way because he's got you covered. Also, Bleeker St Comics is in the house. Mr. Niagara, comic book pressing, comic book cleaning here in Niagara. Make sure you guys go check him out on Sundays at Turner Crest Flea Market here in Niagara. He is a good time. And he started going live when he's there just to like kind of hang out with everybody. So that's kind of cool. All right, gentlemen, let's get into it.
Hold up.
What?
You said episode 4. 4 passed already. There's 5 left.
5. Sorry, 5. Episode 5.
Just want to clarify.
Jesus, it's like having hyper here. Just
Stop.
correcting me. All right, guys. Episode 1. We got right off the bat, we got Hulk. Right off the bat, we got Jennifer Walters just getting into, okay, this is how I get my powers. This is how I am. Boom. And we get a big time origin story. Episode ends with Miss Titania. By the way, how you doing? She shows up and it's basically a 2-second thing. She basically destroys her with strength right away. She's an influencer with power. So go figure. I don't know. I kind of lean more towards the origin that we got and all the stuff that was said about Hulk. We kind of got into, me being an Iron Man guy, I wouldn't say I cried or got emotional, but it kind of stung a little bit when, Hulk was saying, oh, Tony came down and helped me build the bar. And you could see Tony kind of carved his name into the bar. I thought that was kind of cool, right? I like the origin. I like this first episode. I gave this episode a really high grade. I'm going to be honest with you guys, though. A lot of people are saying, noob, the villain is going to be Titania and she's already shown up and this and that. Yeah, okay, great. If that's the case, but we're 4 episodes in and she's shown up for a minute. So is she really the villain? I don't know. What are your thoughts on episode 1? Try to stay episode per episode, fellas, but BC, what were your thoughts on episode 1 and what was your rating for episode 1?
I thought episode 1 was good. First off, the origin, I thought I wasn't the biggest fan on the whole car crash and then, how she ends up turning into She-Hulk thanks to that. I don't know. I just felt it was a bit corny, but regardless, I dug episode 1 only because, yes, it set up She-Hulk, but it's clearly setting something up for Hulk as well. So there's definitely something playing in the background with Banner, and I'm looking forward to see how that pans out. Hopefully by the end of the series, by episode 9, we'll see where all this ties into for him. But it was a good first episode, man. Is she here for a minute? Yes, in episode 1. When, like you said, we'll stick episode to episode. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was okay, man. I thought it was a good first episode. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I know a lot of people were giving some backlash, and a lot of people, including myself, leading up to episode 1, like when we got the first trailer, we all said, yo, the CGI is horrible, it looks terrible and everything. You could tell they definitely cleaned it up. I was watching, I think it was episode 3, or was it episode 4 with the whole okay, we'll stick episode to episode. I don't want to get too carried away. But you can see they definitely cleaned it up. I thought the first episode was good. Obviously, you're going to be biased with Tony Stark, right? But that was a neat little touch. You got to see what happened there too with Hulk.
If you compare, and here's the thing, I kind of liked how the fourth wall was brought into it because the character could basically talk to us. If you kind of line up the shows, so take. Not Hawkeye, because Hawkeye actually does a really good job of it. I would recommend everybody who hated Hawkeye to go rewatch it. But if you actually go back, take a look at Moon Knight, take a look at Miss Marvel, take a look at some of the other stories. This one was like, hey, what's up? Boom. Oh, by the way, here's my origin. Boom. And then it gets right into it. I really enjoyed that. That's really why I gave the rating for episode 1 a really high rating, because it didn't give us 5 episodes of just BS and like, oh, I'm a girl and da-da-da-da-da and woke and this and that. Yeah. It was literally like, hey, this is what happened. Boom. Here's my origin. People are saying, oh, well, they skipped the whole Savage, She-Hulk, blah, 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 blah. Again, do you really think, though, that Marvel's just going to be like, we're going to give you everything? No, they need content for years to come. I think, and me and Greg were talking about this like just before we went live, where D23 last week. Everyone's disappointed. No, we want this. We want this. Why are we rushing shit? What happened to just enjoying what's in front of us, enjoying the process? Like people are just, I don't know, man.
I could speak forever on this topic, but I don't want to get sidetracked. But yeah, dude, we got a fucking full course meal at San Diego Comic Con. It's obvious D23 was gonna disappoint. There was no way they were gonna live up to that. That was huge news at San Diego Comic Con. But speaking episode 1, another thing that was mentioned before this series even kicked off was we were gonna have a ton of cameos.
Yeah.
And that there's going to be post-credit scenes on pretty much almost every episode that the pre-screening viewers got to see, right?
Yeah.
So everyone was expecting, post-credit scenes, maybe we're going to see some cameos at these points. Episode 1 had the best post-credit scene because we learned that Captain America fucked. And that was the best thing ever. I'm sorry.
No,
that was amazing. I enjoyed that. I thought it was awesome that they played with that whole thing. Even in the episode, we saw it in the trailer, right? When they dropped the news. Well, they dropped the teaser trailer when they're in the car, and then the ship shows up, which that's a big thing. Which, guys, like I said, clearly something's happening with the Hulk in the background, and I really can't wait to see what happens in the car.
He's too laid back. He's way too laid back. Greg, what were your thoughts, man? What were your thoughts on episode 1?
So I think they finally gave Marvel fans some credit where with some of the other characters, they really, like you were saying, they drew out the origin, right? Where it's like, okay, get on with the story. We know about the character. But that's because we're in the loop and we kind of know a lot more about these people going in. So with She-Hulk, what they did for Fringe watchers is they piggybacked off of Hulk's origin and basically just used it to create her origin. Just to skip through a whole lot of stuff and get it moving. So it's 9 episodes. I was actually expecting her origin to be like 2 or 3 episodes. Yeah. So I actually do like how they went through it. We knew Titania was coming. That's the thing. Like, so you guys said, yes, we're supposed to get a bunch of cameos. But we knew, I'm just saying, even not including later episodes, but who we knew was coming. We knew Titania was coming. Yep. We knew the Wrecking Crew was coming. We knew Frogman was coming.
Whoa. Slow down, man. You're spoiling the show. Come on.
And we knew Daredevil was coming before going in, right? Yeah. So we already knew the types of cameos we were going to get. So I don't think there's anything to be disappointed with, especially since we got Hulk as a cameo. Like, that's a big cameo.
Yeah.
And Titania. So I don't think we can take anything away from the Marvel Universe on that one. Like, significantly, that was a really big episode. At the end of the day.
So here's my biggest beef is the fact that Titania is supposed to be the villain, supposedly. I actually just recently put out a post and it really showed me that people just don't read a thing that people post, because while I gave episode 4 a 3.5 out of 10, I specifically explained that even though I gave that episode a 3.5, I still enjoy this show and would give it an overall rating of 7 out of 10. And then I made the comment of, I'm kind of confused with the villain because the villain only showed up for a minute in 4 episodes, right? So then I got basically people messaging me like, yo, noob, the villain showed up in episode 1. And I was like, yeah, I can't, say that Titania is the villain because 4 episodes in and she's only been around for a minute. So that's kind of where I'm like, okay, who's really the villain? Because we've had the Wrecking Crew, we've had Abomination, we've had, just the Portal and this like other magician guy. Like, there's just so much going on right now that like you can't really sit down and be like, oh, this is the villain. Just my 2 cents. Overall, guys, I gave episode 1 a 7.5 out of 10. Really quickly before we get into episode number 2, out of 10, what would you guys give the episode?
I'm at the same grade. I'd say 8.
Yeah, I'm around 8.5. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. The only thing that I didn't like about episode 1 was the fact that they made her basically be better than Hulk. And then like the woke people got mad. I don't really care about the woke shit. Like, to be honest, I could care less. Just make content that I like. I really like She-Hulk. I will say something at the end that might piss people off when we get near the end of the show, but that's just who I am, man. I'm just honest with you guys.
I just piss people off.
No, I just don't piss people off. Well, you know what? I won't save it. But here's the thing: the same people that are mad that this isn't a good show are the same people that said, "Oh, Miss Marvel sucks," and yada yada yada. Yet they still watched it.
Yeah.
But when Moon Knight was out, because maybe it was a man, or maybe because they liked Moon Knight better, or whatever the case may be. Oh, well, noob, no, don't be so hard on Moon Knight. It's something different. They're trying to get a different genre. They're trying to bring in different people. They're trying to go here. Hello, what are they trying to do with Miss Marvel? Hello, what are they trying to do with She-Hulk? It's totally different. If it's all the same, what's the difference, right? That's why there's Kit Kat, Snickers, Mars, O. Henry. If not, it would just be called chocolate. All of it, right? That's the thing. And people, that's why I can't have certain conversations with people, because they get upset, but at the same time, they're the same people being like, no, they're trying to do different genre, man. It's like, yeah, I'm aware. Are you? So that's
But
where
is it even a different genre? I think people are focusing on the wrong thing. Like, okay, this Deadpool has been thrusting his hips for years.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, wait
Yeah.
until we get to episode 3, because I'm gonna bring
And also,
I get fired up about this.
yeah, so do I. I think we're gonna be talking about the same thing, man. All right, let's get on to episode 2, guys. And in episode 2, well, we finally get Abomination, and not like how people wanted to get Abomination. I think people wanted to understand why he was fighting Wong. Then we actually got it. And then Jennifer Walters gets a job. She gets fired, and then she gets a job. The only thing is that she's got to be She-Hulk while she's at the office, which I think is kind of stupid. But nevertheless, we find out that they're doing a superhero league, and she is the head of it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I thought that was stupid. I really did. Like, you're gonna have She-Hulk be a lawyer for superhero. Like, I was just like, I can't see this working out. But anyway, I enjoyed this episode. Again, it got into a lot of information. We found out where Abomination went, where he's at. There was a lot of Easter eggs in this episode, but it still kind of had that creativity in the episode. I was still engaged the whole time. It didn't really lack for me personally. And we were still learning about the character, right? And I don't know about you guys, but I kind of like the fact that we're seeing kind of these like behind the scenes where like, hey, she's a superhero, but she lost her job, and how's she going to pay bills and this and that. Like, I kind of like that. Same with Winter Soldier, where, Falcon went to the bank and he was like, how can I not get a loan for a house if I just save the world, kind of thing, right? So I kind of like those storylines, to be honest with you. Yeah. Episode 2 was still pretty dope for me. Episode 2 for me got a 7 out of 10. So I kind of lowered it by 0.5. But it still carried the action. It was still pretty funny, and it still had me learning. Because let's be honest, if you guys think I know much about She-Hulk, you're absolutely wrong. I pretty much know that her name is Jennifer Walters and what I'm seeing from the show. I've never read a She-Hulk comic. I don't own a She-Hulk comic. So this show is actually like outside of what I know from, Stan Lee and Marvel actually making the character. This is kind of like my first dive in to She-Hulk.
Yeah. Just very quickly, Dan is spot on with the She-Hulk series as a combination of sitcom and chick flick. By this point, you clearly understand that in episode 2. Some things that did take place within episode 2 that were cool, but also had me questioning. So yeah, we learn now that she's obviously with this superhuman law firm, and she's taking on the cases for, most superhero stuff and whatnot. Yeah. But at the same time, we're also getting the Abomination thing, which is very touchy given the history with the Hulk, right? So getting his stamp of approval, and that conversation over the phone where he even references that, he was a different person totally at one point. That was neat, right? So they referenced the whole Edward Norton stuff. I thought that was cool too. But if I'm not mistaken, after episode 1, I don't remember if it was the writers or somebody came out saying that She-Hulk in the timeline basically takes place in between Shang-Chi and Eternals, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But in the post-credit scene of Shang-Chi, we see Banner in a sling. Here he's not in a sling. So I don't know if that was a mistake. I don't know if, it just threw me off. I was like, okay, wait a minute, because I'm trying to figure out the timeline here. He had a sling, not in a sling. So I don't know. It was just maybe messy writing. Who knows? Maybe it was just a mistake. But
the other, sorry to cut you off there, BC. The other thing too that I as we got to know Abomination a little bit more on this different level, right, compared to like early on in the Hulk stuff, I got a Krog
okay.
vibe with this character. Like throughout the whole episode, I'm like, wow, they're really trying to get that. Like Krog is in like from Thor, right? Like that.
Yeah.
That character. Like
Yeah.
those are the vibes I got, and they were. I don't know if they were just like copycatting or they just got lazy, but like I don't know. That's just the vibe I got from that character.
Yeah, but like I was saying, based on timeline order, it was kind of confusing. Abomination ends up in the the fighting cage with Wong, and this all takes place clearly at that point in time in the MCU timeline. So I don't know. It was weird. Hulk's not in a sling. So, yeah. But anyways, Abomination stuff. I think it's pretty neat. How they ended this episode. Now that is taking place. Jennifer's like, holy crap. And yeah, man. So those little things were pretty neat, but still messy. That's the only reason why I think my rating score is going to come down a little lower than yours, because it kind of seemed like that was a sloppy accident on behalf of Marvel. So,
what do you give your rating for episode 2?
I'd give it a 6.
6. All right, Rocksteady. Thoughts on episode 2 and your rating, sir?
So I do like that they made her relatable, like you were saying. And I think that's what makes a great superhero, is relatability. I have a hard time with Superman because I feel like he's just perfect, like in every way, or like Batman, where he has all the money in the world and has all the ladies and everything like that. Where it's like,
what are you trying to say?
Yeah, what are you trying to say?
What are you trying to say?
But that's
not relatable for all three of us.
Spider-Man, who you can relate to, or like Star-Lord, or like, you know what I mean? Just like these deeper parts where it allows you to connect with the character. And I really appreciate that in this. I really liked Abomination. I'm looking forward to Thunderbolts now. I got a totally different vibe from him. See, I get more of a Hannibal Lecter vibe.
Really? Okay.
Where he's very manipulative. He's figuring it out. He's working the system. He knows how it's going to go. He's using other things to his advantage. So, but obviously in a Disney sort of way, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought the episode was good. I like where it's going. And we knew beforehand was going to be her stick, she was going to represent superheroes. And those were going to be the cases in court. So I do like the length of this, where it gives the opportunity to have many storylines within the series, as opposed to one that we're waiting for a payoff, where I think we're going to get many payoffs along the way. And I think this was the beginning of one.
What is your rating for the episode, Greg?
I'm with you at 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
Yep.
All right. It's pretty good.
Just to answer AOA, it was Games Radar. So just write She-Hulk timeline on Google, and that was the first article. So like I said, just watching this episode, you see Wong fighting Abomination. Clearly, that took place in the Shang-Chi movie. And at the end of that, in the post-credit scene, he was in a sling, apparently from the snap, right? With Endgame. So I really think that was sloppy writing. That's just my opinion.
That's true too. Yeah.
Or we might get the sling still. Maybe we'll get that story in here.
Yeah, but now he's taking off, right? He's taking off. And the story, it just would not fit in unless something happens in Sakaar that puts him back in a sling, but you could see the burn, right? In Endgame. So
I think it's interesting though, because in episode 1, I kind of did like more of a deep dive, but in episode 1, if you actually go back and watch it, the conversations between Jen and Bruce, when he's trying to like train her and like hold her down in that lab, he references the fact that people are trying to go after your blood twice.
Mm-hmm.
So now looking back, I'm like, oh shit. So I don't know. It's something to look out for down the road in different shows and things like that. But I thought that it was kind of interesting because of what we got in episode 3, right?
Yep.
Going on to episode 3.
Oh yeah.
Basically, this kind of broke the internet. I think everybody made a big deal. I know my wife was like, I heard Megan Thee Stallion is in this Marvel show. I go, yeah, it's like a 2-second thing, twerking. But again, they're literally just playing off you. They knew that everybody was going to be mad. It's funny. It's goofy. It's stupid. And that's what it was meant to be. but everybody got off their rocker on this one, man. Holy fuck. Greg, I know where you're going. Maybe BC. I'm
Yep.
going to say it once, and it might be repeated 3 times. If Deadpool were to do this, man, that's so funny. Oh, my God. And it becomes a great meme. The fact that She-Hulk did it, people just jumped on the fact that, oh, my God, this show sucks. Oh, this, and then all that shit. Give me a break, man. Like, it was a decent episode. It was okay. The Wrecking Crew showed up. I thought they were a little dorky, but that's what they're supposed to be. They got their ass kicked. They didn't get the blood. It is what it is. I think 2.5 weeks, going on 3 weeks now after this episode. Let's move on. Get over yourself. Like, this is stupid to make memes or diss a Disney show because of this, or discredit a character because of this. We've seen stupider things when people love certain characters. So get over it. I'd fuck Megan Thee Stallion. I'd fuck fucking She-Hulk. I'd fuck both of them. They could do that all day to me. I don't give a fuck. Let's get over it. If Deadpool did this, we'd be laughing around. Oh, man, because it's She-Hulk. Fuck that, man. Just get over it. You don't like the show? Get off. You don't have to like everything. But again, don't give me that stupid, oh, they're trying to get a different genre. They're trying to do this. Yeah, but it only works for you when you like the show that you want to watch, right? So get over it. Let's move on. Episode 4, give it to me. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, though. Episode 3, still up in that upper echelon. 7 out of 10 for this one.
I just want to say hi to your wife in the chat after you said all that. All right, episode 3. Okay, dude, that post-credit scene just it hurt me, and I'll explain to you why. Okay, it hurt me because it made me realize I'm old, I'm completely out of touch, and I'm a dad. Why? Because the whole internet was tripping over this girl. I had no idea who the fuck that was in the post-credit scene. I was like, who the hell is this girl? So I am completely out of touch with all of that stuff. But dude, look, just speaking on the post-credit scene because you brought it up, I thought it was funny, man. It's just, dude, they're being cheeky, literally. They're catering to the casual fans, and it's just they were having fun with it. There's nothing wrong with that, man. Now, the episode as a whole, if I gotta say anyone stole the show here, there was the shapeshifter girl there.
Yeah, from Asgard.
The elf.
Yeah, that was hilarious, man. Like her and the guy that they were up against, that killed me. Like they completely stole the show. But besides that, you kind of saw exactly what Jen is now battling and dealing with these cases and her regular day-to-day life. So episode 3 really puts things into perspective based on the character. Now, you said it earlier, how the origin story, one episode, you fully, got the origin. I feel like we got very much how she became She-Hulk, and then you're seeing the following 2 episodes, her struggles and the rest of that stuff. So this is where you start to see things now on a greater scale. There was that little group of that went to attack her and all that stuff. So otherwise,
I always picture, like, that's how I picture, like, Face, Keys, and Hyper, like, going to fight somebody.
Yeah, they just go. But yeah, man, it look, again, decent episode. I'm gonna give it a 6 as well. I found it to be, out of the first 3, probably the slower one out of the.
I agree with that.
The first 3. So putting it at a 7 with, let's say, a 7-8 with the first episode. I thought the first episode was great. Second was good as well. Just a sloppy writing. But here,
I will say, though, and again, take it with great assault when certain groups or certain sites come out with their information, but it was told that the people who got the exclusive invite to watch the first 4 episodes did say episode 3 and 4 were going to be the worst ones out of all of them. And they were going to really crush and slow down the momentum, right? So just
and you feel that.
Yeah.
You feel that.
Greg, where are you on episode 3, sir? And what is your rating?
I thought it was fun and light. I liked the court case. It gave an introduction to her. The elf was a lot of fun. The guy being super gullible was hilarious. And him throughout. The Megan Thee Stallion thing was a cool cameo. Again, we're reaching out to a different audience that we're trying to get involved. Like you said, different tastes for everybody. You're gonna get different cameos. Like for some people, it's what's his face, Bruce Campbell. You know what I mean? And like, oh, that's awesome. But then you have Megan Thee Stallion, and just for a different generation, it's just as cool, right?
Yeah.
I just want to give a shout out to everybody specking on the characters and to those who specced on the Wrecking Crew, because if there's any shit that we should be talking about in that episode, it was the Wrecking Crew.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Dan said his Defenders, because they show up in what, Defenders 17 or 18, I think it is.
Super lackluster.
Yeah.
So that was, and like, what do you expect from B characters? You know what I mean? Especially ones we knew they were coming. Like, so that's what gets me on the speculation side of things. I also hate the fact that we're talking about this post-credit scene more so than the episode, because I actually did think the episode was great. If it was a post-credit scene, like you said, with Deadpool thrusting, with Star-Lord thrusting, any of that stuff, nobody would remember that. People would remember the post-credit scene, like I said, for Bruce Campbell or for whatever other celebrity it is. And that's what it was supposed to be. We shouldn't even care. Like, I don't remember the exact points when Deadpool dances. I don't remember the exact point when Star-Lord dances. I just remember that they dance.
Baron Zemo. Look at
Hold on.
Baron Zemo in Winter Soldier, though. That's a perfect where he
Absolutely.
looks stupid and he's like,
No, but that became a meme.
I know.
And
But
Greg,
that was stupid to have that character kind of do that. That is stupidity to me, because it was like, oh, why are you trying to dumb this character down and make him look foolish? That to me was a foolish act for that character with the magnitude that he has. Then you do this, and people are like up in arms saying they're gonna cancel their Disney Plus and they're gonna stop reading comics. Go the fuck up, man. Put some hair on your fucking balls.
But Greg, I will refresh your memory, because I'm sure you remember Star-Lord dancing. You have to. It ended Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Yeah, that's true. And like, but like, that's what I'm saying is like, nobody made a big deal out of that. So why are we even talking about it? And it's on us too. We're talking about it right now.
Yeah,
but that's like, okay, I'm gonna get real deep here, but I hate that's where the comic world is at right now.
Yeah,
we're looking to find that one thing that we can pick apart and make drama instead of being excited. It's time to be excited about things again. Like even D23, everybody's like, oh man, it's like a disappointment. That was epic at the end of the day. Even though we knew everything was coming, like we saw it unfold. Like, get excited.
Yeah, but people wanted Fantastic Four, and they wanted X-Men, and they wanted Miles, and they wanted Punchline, and they wanted Joker, and they wanted this, and they wanted that, and they wanted all by next weekend. And it's like, okay, then what are we going to do in a month?
We get people have those books, enjoy them, but like get excited again. This is cool stuff. I miss it.
I honestly think that this is, and this is, a topic for another time, and I hope we can get to it. But like, I think that this is what's going to ruin people's excitement for comics. I really do. I've been on many shows and even on my own saying too much of anything is bad, and eventually it catches up to you. And it doesn't matter what it is. It's fashion, cars, cards, this, that, shoes, music. It doesn't matter. Too much of something is never good. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. Greg, just before we go to episode 4, what is your rating on episode 3, sir?
I'm still at a 7. 7,
good. All right, perfect. So BC's the only one kind of lowering down his grades here.
Yeah, BC clearly hates women.
No.
Also, big shout out to AOA. Baron Zemo's stupid. Iron Man wishes he had a villain like Zemo. Iron Man's got like A-class villains, man. We're talking Whiplash, okay?
Zemo.
I like Abomination now. I like Baron Zemo. I think Thunderbolts is where it's gonna be. I like it.
Oh, dude, okay, so hold on. We spoke D23 very quickly. You guys saw the promo now, the photo of the Thunderbolts. Zemo's got to end up in the gang.
They said that he's going to be.
Yeah, he has to be, man. I know a lot of people are like pissed, furious. They saw the picture, like, where the fuck is Zemo? It's gonna happen. It has to happen.
But again, they're not giving you everything. They're not going to show you everything. Yeah. All right, guys, episode 4, and we got introduced to Mr. Wong again, who kind of stole the show. Yeah. We got introduced to a magician, who apparently, I would challenge everybody to go back and watch this episode. Not for the chick, not for Madison with 2 N's and 1 Y, but not where you think. Which when the first time that I heard that, I thought she was trying to be dirty, and then she kept saying it over, and I was like, I paused it and I tried to spell the name, and I'm like, okay. But if you go back and actually watch this episode, they make a lot of references to a lot of Easter eggs. And if you actually go back and take a look at all the Easter egg episodes, so I always make jokes about when trailers come out, and it's like, a trailer will be like 20 seconds, and then the next day it's just like 664 Easter eggs you missed, and it's like, what? Like, they were just in one room. Like, how did they get those many Easter eggs? There's so many Easter eggs in this. Every video blogger, influencer, whatever the case may be, that makes those videos, this was their longer episode because there was so many. And I challenge everybody to go back to watch it, not just because I want this show to get more views, but there is a lot of Easter eggs. Now, let's get right into it.
Yeah,
she is defending Wong and this magician. This magician is an ex-person who basically went to Kamatosh, but then he got kicked out because he was like having a frat party. It was basically like the frat guy, right? That's what they were trying to paint the picture as. He stole the ring that you kind of need in order to make yourself teleport to certain places. So he still had some of the power. And then we were introduced to Madison, who basically stole the show, right? And we all have a Madison in our life, or at some point we have met a Madison, right? Let's be real. As soon as we watched this, I'm not going to lie to you, my wife was like, what the fuck? But anyway, that's just kind of the character it was. It was a fun thing. She does mention one thing, and I think it's one thing that a lot of people have referred and went back to, but it's, this scene, and you go into the background and you see, that head, all the heads and stuff like that. There's burning buildings. You can hear some screams and things like that. And then she says, I made a deal with a demon. A lot of people are going to Mephisto, but then a lot of people are going to, who's the other one? There was somebody else. I can't think of it. It'll come to me super late and awkward when somebody else is probably talking. But anyway, a lot of people were going to Mephisto. I don't think Mephisto shows up in here, but it does seem that they are building up towards that character. So who knows? This episode, though, unfortunately, and a lot of people jumped on me. I think a lot of people, again, this goes back to how when I put this up on my Instagram, a lot of people were like, yeah, noob, yeah, this sucks. Da-da-da. And then I had a bunch of other people be like, man, I don't get you. What more do you want? Can't you just like a show? Again, read the whole fucking thing. Don't just read the header. What I put in the description of my post was, this episode gets a 3.5 out of 10. I didn't really enjoy it as much, and the action was kind of stupid. Did I enjoy Jennifer Walters going on dates? Yeah, I thought it was kind of hot when she just picked up the dude. I'd fuck her. The fact that she was the fact that she was fighting those like ugly pig things and stuff like that was lame. The magician, that was lame. There was just a lot of lame things that I was like, this is stupid, right? And again, it goes back to those sites and those people saying episode 4 was going to be where the drop off was, and it happened. Here's the thing that I don't like: when people just read newbie put 3.5 out of 10. No. I put more information there. I put the fact that this show is still a 7 out of 10 for me. I'm really enjoying it. It's just one episode was kind of shitty, right? That's pretty much it. That's all it is. This episode is the worst episode, and I hope it's the worst episode in the whole series. I hope it gets a little bit better, but I don't know. BC, what are your thoughts? What are your grades on episode 4?
I'm going complete opposite of you. I feel like, I don't know, Greg's got an evil smirk too. I think he's on my side. I think he does.
I'm on Team BC.
There you go. So, first off, I want to take a moment, guys. Take a moment. Thoughts and prayers for those who thought that was Johnny Blaze leading up to this episode, because the spec went wild for Ghost Rider. Remember with the whole poster in the back?
Yeah.
But that was clearly not the case. So thoughts and prayers for those people. But the character was pretty funny, but at the same time, now we're talking Madeline and the Soprano stuff. Dude, cancel culture came out like crazy because of the Soprano stuff. So Soprano. Now,
when did Sopranos end? 2006.
Yeah. People shame on She-Hulk for spoiling Sopranos, bro. Wake up! It's like fucking 10 years. I don't want to hear this. Like if you didn't watch Sopranos 1, you were not
It's-
living. You were not
It's
living.
been 18 years, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
18
no, but
years.
that's what I'm saying. I'm just throwing a number, but fuck, it's been forever.
16,
so
16.
shut up. But regardless, I thought the chemistry between Wonger and Madison was great. I thought it was awesome. She clearly stole the show this episode, man. And it's crazy because ever since the episode aired, that's all I've been seeing is all talks about her, which is good, man. Good for her because this is an absolute nobody character, and it worked. It worked.
Okay, hold on. Dude, she's gonna pop up in some comic book in the near future, and it's gonna be fucking blown up. Calling it right now.
Like Miss Minutes.
Yeah, something like that, man. It's just gonna blow up.
Oh, jeez. Miss Minutes, man. Oh, bogeys. Come on, man. Come on.
Dude, you're missing out, man. You're missing out.
We're boys, but I just don't know how much longer. That's all I gotta say. but yeah, so I thought the episode was great, man. It was well put together. It was funny. It's just when I was looking at this magician character, and I'm like, man, this guy has clearly some serious, power with his stuff, right?
Except
so,
the magic tricks in the courtroom. Like my wife actually looked at me and she's like, when you do like tricks or say jokes, that's literally you. Because when he's like, and now watch this bunny appear, and then you could see the guy like pushing the bunny or whatever. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Dude, will we see this Madison character again? I hope so. You know where? I hope it's in Secret Wars. I hope that there's a multiversal versions of her that pop in and Wong leaves with all of them. That's how it's got to go down. But when it comes to the actual episode, like I said, I thought it was pretty cool. It was good. There was some, fun moments, and clearly it stuck with some people, especially this character. But the magician, dude, like somebody like this exists in
all our lives.
No, not in all our lives. Yes, well, on the magic side, maybe. But
sorry, I was talking about Madison. Sorry.
Oh yes, that's 100%. But I'm surprised that like somebody like Mordo or someone hasn't come along and taken care of such this.
Yeah, like super quick. Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like it's just this is now if it's mentioned within the episode how he's like teleporting multiversal at this point, right?
Yeah.
So that again is like, how does this guy even exist at this point? How's the Sorcerer Supreme not taking care of it as well? So I gotta say, man, there's been some questionable things, and I think it's being done on purpose with Wong from the beginning of his arrival in the series till now. Wong's on trial. He's been doing some weird things, using magic for the wrong reasons. So let's see, man. Doctor Strange, we saw how that ended off. Now he's, taking off with Clea, and maybe there's going to be a change in the future for Wong too. Who knows, right? Maybe he will no longer be Sorcerer Supreme at some point. But I thought the episode was good. It was fun. It had some fun moments, and I'd give it a 7.5.
7.5. Wow.
Yeah.
Greg, where are you on the episode, and what is your rating, man? I'm interested to hear this.
Okay, so yes, the magician had one of those things that Wong has, teleports or whatever. I do agree with BC, where it's like, okay, why isn't this guy being taken care of by the Sorcerer Supreme if this is what's going on and if it's a threat, or maybe they just don't view it as a threat. Do you know what I mean? But it kind of has to be. So they just announced today at the expo in Edmonton this weekend that Madison is going to be there as a celebrity guest. So this is her first appearance. They obviously waited until after the episode to announce it. So I'm wondering what these plans are and how they work out. And I'm wondering if there's more to these two than we see. Like maybe this is another segue. Maybe this is a Secret Wars scenario. Hell, maybe like this is a lead into the Agatha show.
That's where I kind of went. Man.
Where
That's
my
where
mind is kind of going. And like, if you want to lead into Agatha and we're getting towards X-Men, like maybe there's some Madeline Pryor stuff going on. I'm just trying to figure out where all of this fits in, because I think it's more than just like a filler episode with these characters. And I think they tried to make Madison a fan favorite. And for what reason? Do you know what I mean? Why would they take away from She-Hulk so early if they didn't have plans for her? Yeah. And why didn't they put that kind of effort into the Wrecking Crew if they had plans for them? I like the court case. Wong is growing on me an absolute ton.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying him, and I'm looking forward to him being one of the centerpieces moving forward. But I do think it was a solid episode, all in all. What were we expecting? We don't get much out of middle episodes, it seems, on these series. And yeah, I give it probably like a 7 out of 10 again. Like,
Wow.
Yep.
I'm up there with it.
Wow.
Dude.
I'm still saying like overall, this show is still a 7 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
I just want to point out Chad's comment because it's true. We did skip over it, and it was something I did want to mention. But I love the fact that they did mention, like, nothing mention, but kind of like throw shade at the review bombers, right? Within episode, I didn't recall if it was episode 3.
The what?
The review bombers, bro. But like, you know how people go online and they're bombing reviews.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I was like,
and they make a reference to it within the episode. You see it in the comments. So it's cool that they did that. That was a neat little thing that they threw in there.
Yeah, man, it makes no sense, neighbor. Yeah, there's a reason, man. And Marvel.
I thought there was more to Dottie too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just Cruise. Any Entourage fans in here? Donnie Blaze is Billy Walsh.
Until
Dude,
we get Arya, I don't give a fuck. I want
The
someone like
same
Arya.
people who watched Sopranos watched Entourage. I'm just gonna say it.
100%.
Let's not ruin Entourage. No, we just ruined Sopranos.
And the Titanic sunk too, by the way.
I always say that. I always try to remind people that's one thing that I'll always ruin. So yeah, guys, overall 7 out of 10. How are you guys feeling overall? What we have yet, what we have seen so far, and not so much on the emphasis of what we're about to see, because we obviously know that Daredevil is showing up in this next episode. So 1 through 4 overall, your numbers are.
Yeah, dude, I went 7, 6, 6, 7, 5. So 7 is the overall.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 7.5 altogether. I like it. I'm
Nice.
having a lot of fun with it.
Perfect.
I really enjoyed Deadpool, and I get similar vibes the way it's put together. Not necessarily the content, but
Fourth wall, baby.
exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
Soliloquies and stuff like that.
RP saying newbie so far, you would say better than Moon Knight, 100%. I think overall, I gave Moon Knight a 5.5 or a 6. I can't remember. This one overall so far is 7 out of 10, and we are actually getting, like, we just passed the 2 worst episodes according to the press who have seen the episodes beforehand. So I'm interested, and obviously everyone's just going to be talking about this show this week, because if Daredevil is showing up like it's rumored, everyone's going to be talking about this. I can guarantee, I can't predict the future, but I can guarantee next week there's going to be a ton of Daredevil stuff in the top 10, whether it be cover price, whoever.
Oh yeah,
it is gonna be Daredevil filled.
I don't think so. I think we already know
Really?
Daredevil's coming. I don't think it'll be a heavy storyline cameo. I think
John Cena, though, the John Cena effect that I talk about all the time, though, Greg, until it's in our face, people still, they don't get wet for it.
Yeah,
that's a new one, by the way. They don't get wet for it.
Jeez.
Yeah, thanks for that.
I do want to say one thing. I've got a dark horse pick for the show. And really? A lot of people are kind of sleeping on it. We get Daredevil, we get She-Hulk, we get Kingpin, we get Echo. We're building these worlds. There's a reason why this character dyed her hair. I've been saying it for a year. She's back to dyeing her hair. She grew her hair out to kind of fit the mold for the character again. That's huge. If there's any women in anybody's life, you know that they just don't grow their hair or they don't cut it. So the fact that they grow it, they dye it, all that stuff. She is coming back at some point. I wouldn't sleep on some of her books. I really do think that she's going to come back. This is a dark horse pick for me to show up. I'm not buying the fact that the Thing is showing up to this. I'm not buying the Daredevil or Deadpool showing up to this. I'm also not buying, who else was it that they said? Oh, like Red Hulk or something was showing up. I just don't buy that. My dark horse pick, and just
third, fourth appearance kind of stuff. For sure. And get your Bullseye books now.
Shh. Don't tell people that. Don't tell people that. You can't be telling people that. That's pretty spec. Pretty spec. For some people, for some reason, this video won't play. What video? What are we talking about? So stuck for you also. Well, guys, I do want to thank you guys for hopping on, man. This has been a fun show. It's kind of interesting how we didn't really touch on spec because a lot of people expected, oh, you guys are just going to be talking about spec and you can't just like the show and blah, blah, blah. It's like,
Oh, slightly. We did slightly.
a little bit, but like we didn't really like. I could have cared less about Wrecking Crew. If you were specking on Wrecking Crew, I'm sorry, but like start reading DC or something. I don't know. Get a hobby. Reading DC is a hobby. I don't know. Just the I don't know, man.
What's
the
wrong with
Wrecking Crew-
DC, bro?
I don't know, man. So what's funny is somebody told me well, I took up because I recently took a picture of the back of like the wall, right? And somebody was like, you need to add a DC book. And then I wrote as a joke, I was like, what's DC? Yo, this person got so mad. He's like, what do you mean? What's DC? What's going on? And I was like, man, I was just kidding. Like I literally thought he was going to take it as a joke. So it's kind of weird. Everybody's saying that I went black for 2 to 3 minutes.
Newbie did a blip.
Or maybe one of those like bigger influencers were like spying on me and trying to get information or something.
Oh no, I highly doubt it. We have no information.
It's possible, but that's weird that it went black for 2-3 minutes. I apologize. That's weird. Mine won't play either. I blame Newbie. Yay, back. I was always here. I didn't go anywhere.
It was weird. Yeah, on our end, we were all here.
Yeah.
Were we? No.
Maybe everybody else needs to.
You can't blame all these issues on me now.
Yeah. So I don't know, Newbie. We missed the last 2-3 minutes of the video. God
Congrats, you're lucky.
Hey,
you're lucky. Yeah. You don't want to hear.
I think it's because Chris is probably watching this through VHS or something. Like maybe.
Hey man, don't knock the VHS world, man. He's
I'm not, dude. Honestly, he's
crazy memories.
He's posting. But I was gonna message him because I did message him because we haven't really like hung out in a while, so I need to get him like on the show or do something. But I went to his profile and yeah, dude, I was like, whoa, where are the comics here? But he's doing his thing with VHS, man, and it's so great seeing him post that stuff because like there's so much nostalgia in some of the movies that he posts. That's
you guys still have yours? Do you still have yours?
What?
Dude, I have all my VHSs from when I was a kid.
That's cool.
Yeah, but wrapped, like sealed? Come on.
No, not sealed. Like
Chris is finding them sealed, man.
Yeah, there's there's some VHSs that we hit record after a certain time, and those are still there as well in the collection. I got to keep those away from the kids.
Crazy. I have a pile of comics coming. All right. You're forgiven.
Yeah, we expect pictures, or it didn't happen.
Picture didn't happen. Exactly, Greg. Yeah. Greg's been hanging out with me too much.
But dude, the worst part is when Chris does post comics, like he drops fucking heavy posts.
Yeah.
Like he's got like 8 copies of like AF-15, just bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
When he was here in Edmonton, he picked up some gems. It was cool to see.
Nice.
He's a gem though. He is a gem. He's one of the good guys.
Cool.
All right, guys. Any last words before you guys take off? Or sorry, guys, let the people know where they can find you, man. It's been a while, so maybe the people forget where they can find you. BC, where can the people find you?
Dude, hit up the search bar at top of your YouTube and just write Comic Kingpins. That's where you can find us and, of course, myself, Blakk Crown Comics, Blakk Crown 2Ks, no C, _ comics on Instagram.
All right. And Rocksteady, where can the people find you? And what's going on in your neck of the woods?
You can find me at Rocksteady Collectibles. It's with a Y, but it's not where you think it is. Yeah,
that's exactly where I think it is.
Yeah, there's no Y.
Jesus Christ, Chris.
Dude, it's still a PG show, man. You can't just be.
How is Richard, anyways?
Richard, Mr. Longschlong.
Yeah, you can find me this weekend at the Edmonton Expo. Woo-hoo. So I'm pretty stoked. They just announced, like I said, Madison is going to be there. A lot of people did drop out, but Ashley Eckstein from like Clone Wars. Yeah, we're getting some really cool stuff. People from The Boys. I have a project I'm hoping Desjardins will take on. So I'm actually going to message him after this and see if he'll do a little extra time on it. But yeah, Find me on Insta. I'm there. I'm posting.
Awesome.
All right, guys. So we're gonna be trying to put out the weekly show on Tuesdays. I'm not sure for Sundays right now, so don't hate. But yeah, definitely Tuesdays. We are gonna be hanging out in the Newbieverse. There are a few things happening, a few changes. So hopefully stick with us. But yeah, it was nice hanging out, nice talking with everybody. It's been a while.
Bro.
So yeah, I enjoyed it. I hope I didn't keep anybody up too late. It's only 10:40 on the East Coast, so I mean that's pretty good. But yeah, guys, any last words before we take off?
Dude, the last time I actually hung out with Newbie was in person. There was, that picture that everybody was having a field day with. But I will say, the man, before we met, I've been hearing nothing but talk about his free throws. This guy could score from pretty much anywhere with a basketball. No joke. And I'm like, bullshit. This guy, no way in hell. Guy was hitting them from absolutely any point. So not only is he, I would say he's probably even better at basketball than he is spec game. I'm being honest. The guy's
100%.
solid.
100%. I'm a baller. Now, okay, hold on. Before we go, okay.
Does that mean he owns shoes?
No, he did it all in flip flops.
You're damn right. I got married in damn flip flops,
bro.
That's right. I do want to make one little story, and I was a little pissed. So before BC got there, I was trying to show off to some buddies of mine, and I shouldn't have. I had like 2 Kool-Aids. No, I'm kidding. I had like 4 or 5 Coronas and keys, and a bunch of my buddies bought me a shot. So when we went to the after party, which was at my in-laws, and like BC saying, there was a pool and there was a basketball net. So anyway, so I'm trying to show off, and a buddy of mine's like, "Oh, stop, man!" And I was like, "No, you know what? I'm gonna do this." So there's 3 balls. I bricked one, then the second one missed. Like this is like the first 2 shots of the day. So have some respect, people. And then the third one, I sunk it. But if this is where the pool starts, my foot was kind of like this already as I shot. And for whatever reason, I shot it, got it in. My other foot was like, yeah. And I literally fell right into the pool. And all I could hear is 3 people. So I shot it this way. Over here to my right, all I could hear my buddy was, "Oh, man, we need a phone," because I was falling. Then I heard my uncle, who was sitting in the pool, go, "Oh, man, I hope his phone is not in there." And then I heard my father-in-law, who was also sitting at the pool, goes, "Nah, his phone is in there." All of that happened like just like that. And well, as the story goes, my phone went in the water. So yeah, that's pretty much a fun story. But then, once BC came, I was just draining shots left and right. Yes, that is true. So
yeah.
And no, I'm not 5'4", Justin. Even in sandals, I'm not 5'4". I'm 5'9". Come on, have some respect. Have some respect, man.
It's not easy to make those play school net shots.
It really isn't, dude. I try with my kids' fucking basketball nets. I suck.
Hey, you heard BC say he saw me. I was switching. I was shooting from all over. It is what it is. All right, guys. That's the show. Thank you so much for hanging out. And don't call it a comeback because I was never gone.
Oh.
Later.
Peace.
I can sink it.